Welcome to this week's episode of The Edge.
And we're off to Mexico. With any luck, we'll spot one of these Coos deer soon. Well, here we are in beautiful Buenos Aires, Argentina. We're looking for what they call a trophy stag, which is a 6x6 or greater.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, The Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off-Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
Quiet Cat is the best hunting and overlanding e-bike in the world. Created from the bottom up to be overbuilt and overpowered. Don't be fooled by imitations. Quiet Cat, where the road ends, the adventure begins.
Okay, well, here we go. We are trying to get packed for a surprise little trip to Mexico. 2 years ago, I was hunting with Lancaster Expeditions, Clay and Bart down there, and was very fortunate to harvest a beautiful desert sheep. And it's taken 2 years to get the CITES permit from the Mexican government. But that is in, and I got the call right before Christmas. And they said, okay, we're ready to go. How do you want us to ship it? I said, do not ship it. I will come and get it. The last thing I want is for that thing to get lost in transit somewhere. And figured, well, hey, if I'm gonna buy an airline ticket, I might as well call my buddy Hugo at HR Big Game and see what's shaking. And sure enough, he's got me set up on a mule deer hunt and a Coos deer hunt. So it's last minute, so this whole thing is gonna be self-filmed, which should be another disaster, but hey, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Okay, well, that's it. We're ready to go. One last check. Most important piece right here, passport. And we're off to Mexico. We're here with Shane, Ram Hunter Pallister, Hugo, Big Game, what is it called? HR Big Game Hunters. I've waited 2 years for this moment. Reunited with my Ram, thanks to Juan.
Here's your baby.
Wow. Thank you very much. Oh, that feels good, I'm telling you right there. That's 2 years I've been waiting for that guy. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, you're welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. CITES permit, 2 years, Mexican government, but I finally got it. He's in my hands and he's coming back to Canada. Something really cool here on the ranch that we're hunting. This Coos deer ranch has an old fort on it behind me, and it's over 100 years old. Look at that rattlesnake skin. As soon as you open the door, I don't know if I want to go in there. Wow. This is like where they would, if they were under attack, they would shoot through these ports in the wall. It's kind of just a round little room with all these ports. Pretty wild place. It's obviously been updated a little bit. But yeah, over 100 years old, kind of neat to see.
No.
Look at a big party cabana.
He's been working on cleaning it up since we were here.
Wow.
Yeah.
More snake skin. Gross. I hate snakes. These bullet holes in the wall here. Definitely a lot of history, you know, if these walls could talk, boy, the stories they tell, I'm sure, pretty wild. Well, here we are again in Mexico. We're back in the high rack. This reminds me of a couple years ago. I came down and did a mule deer hunt. And this year, we're gonna do Coos deer first, hopefully, and then mule deer. We got 2.5 days and gonna see what happens here. Hollister, maybe you should try to sit down, bud.
I take my high rack hunting too serious. This extra 8 inches helps.
Say hi, boys, you're on TV.
So.
We've got into this ranch here right now, and the guys had spotted some Coos deer. I guess it was yesterday morning. So we're gonna go up over this ridge, and there's a big tank. I think there's a big tank back there from what I can understand. So it's a big water hole. We'll get up on this high, kind of half mountain, and just peek over and sit there and chill out for a while in glass. See if we can't pick one up. Well, we made it up to the top of this high ridge. Now we're just kind of pouring a glass to this countryside here right now. With any luck, we'll spot one of these Coos deer soon. Maybe snipe them from up top here. We just spotted our first Coos buck. Shane's got him in the big glass here now.
Just an okay buck. Good average.
Just an okay buck, good average, he says. What else?
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got. It's 719 yards from here, if we want to dial him up.
It's a great sponsor shot, I tell you.
Good for Browning and Vortex, Hornady.
Yeah. That's a hero shot.
Well, that's the problem. We need a hero to take the shot. And I'm far from being anybody's hero. 715?
Yep.
Skyline, he's right in the open.
Whenever you're ready.
Here we go. Well, there you have it. I think we just crushed our first Coos deer down here in Mexico with HR Big Game Outfitters, my good buddy Shane. And we saw this Coos this morning, and he's 4x3, I guess 7-point, but it looked like he had a little bit of a limp. He was favoring his front end anyway, and thought, well, you know, if he comes out, why not take a rip at him? 715 yards. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor, and looks like we put a good shot on him. He just went into the base of the trees, and he hasn't come out since, so now we got to go up there and hopefully collect our prize. All right. There he is. very first Coos deer down here in Mexico. Man, are they ever tiny. Wow. I couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, we put a great shot on him. He disappeared. I mean, I thought he was gonna just drop, of course, but he jumped in behind a bush and laid there and didn't come out. We watched for about 45 minutes, reviewed the footage, knew that we hit him pretty hard, and yeah, we just kind of waited and worked our way up here, and sure enough, he was laying there. So, yeah, I mean, again, just completely thrilled, which is so funny for a 70, 80-inch deer, but they're just such a beautiful, beautiful little deer, and a lot easier to pack out, so thrilled. My first Coos deer in Mexico, right here with the HR Big Game Outfitters. This is full service trip right here. Look at this. He got his man purse and away we go. Well, that's the face of a very happy Coos deer hunter. My first one ever. With my good buddy Shane here from BC. Couldn't be happier to have him with me. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We got our Coos deer tag filled, and we're gonna head back and hunt one afternoon and one full day for mule deer. He's too small. I'll let that one go. He's just not what we're looking for. Dude, that's not water.
No.
Down. Trying to do a TV show here. I got a Coos deer, no mule deer. We cleaned up on a few coyotes, and we had a blast. Want to send a big shout out to Matt Beeman at Method Flow. Thanks for sponsoring the hunt. For all your oil and gas needs, Method Flow.
Method Flow products, all the way.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Edge.
Gracias por ver el episodio de esta semana de The Edge.
Well, here we are in beautiful Buenos Aires, Argentina. We're gonna jump on this plane and hit the state of La Pampa. We're looking for what they call a trophy stag. Bienvenidos at the Argentina. Well, welcome to the Buenos Aires International Airport. As you can see behind me right there, there's the watchtower under construction right now. There's actually a dude up there, the set of Vortex Furies, giving an estimate on time of arrival thanks to the range finding option. Our chariot awaits. We're gonna jump on this plane, little puddle jumper, and hit the state of La Pampa. Is this a good time to ask you gentlemen if anybody brought an extra plastic bag? All right, we made it. I did not throw up on the plane. I think I lost about 4 pounds just in the sweat, but yeah, we made her. And we're off to camp.
Son ravioles caseros.
Casero?
Caseros, o sea, hecho acá, ravioles.
Ravioli. Ah, see, now you're speaking my language.
Sí.
I was hoping you were going to say beans and wieners, but I'll take ravioli.
Thank you. Gracias.
We're looking for what they call a trophy stag, which is a 6x6 or greater. As you can see behind me, this place is tore all up. All these trees, all this ground's been kind of rooted up. Been laying in here, raking their antlers on the trees, I guess, but pretty neat little spot.
I'm telling you what, folks. Anybody who's ever elk hunted and listened to the bugle and had the rush and adrenaline and the thrill of that hunt, you need to come and do this. It's unbelievable. We just had a great encounter with a young bull, 5x5. Just too young to shoot. So it's really cool is in North America, we got a $79.99 call for this and an $89.99 call for that. And over here, these gentlemen in Argentina basically just learned to emulate or mimic the sound of a roaring red stag themselves. And I mean, the only propellant they're using at all to get the sound out there is a simple piece of PVC piping. It's kind of blows my mind, but one of the cool things about these guys here in Argentina. Hey, it's my first time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mule. Absolutely incredible. Just an incredible place. An incredible hunt. We're on one stag, chasing a hind in through here, and we tried to put a sneak on him. We got about 120 yards. The hind looked over and kind of spotted us. That was it, gig was up. Hold it. Mario calls this guy right in to 40 yards. I couldn't get drawn. He spooks and runs and stops at about 65, giving me enough time for the shot. As you've seen on camera, we did not get the shot, but we got it right after. I touched it off. I saw the arrow going. It looked like a good shot. The stag ran off and then just stopped and started walking, so we're just gonna give it a few minutes. Okay, well, we just found the arrow laying here, busted off. It doesn't look like I got the penetration I was hoping for, but there is blood. We let this stag go for probably an hour and then tried to do a follow-up. I got to 52 yards and he was bedded down. I was gonna stick another one in him and he spooked and he ran. Me and this guy. Are heading out to try to do a recovery. Well, there you have it. The conclusion to our Argentina red stag hunt. My first here. We've hunted here at TGB last year for red stag, and I came up short bow hunting. This year it paid off in spades. The only downside to this is, you know what really transpired after the shot. We put a good shot on him. We knew it. We went in that afternoon in the rain, looking, couldn't find him, and then here we are the next day. So it's a next day recovery, and you know that's a little sad for me, but we found him. My first Argentina red stag here at TGB Outfitters, and I just couldn't be more thrilled. And that concludes our hunt here in Argentina with TGB. For anybody that wants to come and enjoy the red stag hunt, it is literally like the elk rut on steroids here. Every day they've been calling and roaring. We've been chasing them. Every day we've had opportunities. You know, bow hunting, rifle hunting, whatever your flavor is, come on down here to TGB here in Argentina.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, The Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
Live on.